folks. Welcome back to another episode of Sanders Aquatics. With me tonight, I've got Bentley. He's really been getting in here with us. Tonight, we're going to talk about the Hillstream Loach. So, I've kept Hillstream Loaches several times through the course of my fish keeping career, which has been almost my whole life. But this particular tank, we set up here to breed Hillstream Loaches. We have 12 adults in here. There's 6 males, 6 females. I don't know if that's the appropriate ratio. This has been a project for us. It's something that we're learning, and we're going to show you where our trials and errors are and what we're doing. And I don't even know if it worked, to be honest with you. I know I've seen babies in this tank. I haven't seen them here in the last couple of weeks here, and we're going to basically take this tank down, and we're going to see how many babies are in here, if there's any. If it works, great. We all found a way to go through and breed Hillstream Loaches. It's really easy. If it didn't, then we're going to try something else. A few facts about these guys. I've kept them for a long time. There's a few myths that I personally have debunked. They say they need absolutely high flow water. I don't keep them in high flow water. I've kept them in there. They do just fine. They say they got to be a cold water fish. I've kept them anywhere from 68 degrees all the way up to 80. I think somewhere in the low 70s is probably good. This particular tank, we keep it 72 degrees. They seem to do really well. Usually, Bentley, you have any idea how big these fish get?
They get to be 2 to 2.5 inches big.
Something else about these guys, they've got a real flat surface to them. So they need stones in these tanks that they can basically cling to. You'll see them everywhere in the tank. They're always sticking on something, going around, moving around. They're really neat fish to watch. They kind of look like little stingrays. They're pretty cool. You're going to keep them with other stuff. It needs to be real mild-mannered fish. These are not aggressive guys at all. They do pretty good with like shrimp. If you wanted to keep some of your smaller shrimp, your caridinas and neocaridinas and things along those lines, they get along pretty well with. Some smaller danios like your zebras and pearls and things along those lines. Some of your smaller schooling fish, they do really well with. They spend a lot of their life going through and basically sucking on the sides of things, and they're going to eat a lot of your, not necessarily algae, but the things that are alive in the algae, and they accidentally eat some of it at the same time. But Billy, you think it's a good idea? Like if we put these in a brand new tank, what do you think?
They need a well-established tank.
So like Bentley was saying, you cannot put them in a beginner tank. You can't put them in there to set up a tank. They need to be in something that's been up for a while, has a good background going through it. If you're looking to go through and try to breed these guys, I'm going to put up a picture here of what a male looks like. The male has got basically a boxier head. And sorry for the bad picture, but I just got the backside of him clinging on the glass. And then the female, she's got a rounder head to her. So if you look right where the eyes are, the male's going to have a real boxy end to him, and the female, she's going to be real rounded off. So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to take this tank all the way down. We've already talked about this. As far as like where these guys come from, Bentley, do you know where these guys originated from?
They come from Vietnam and Cambodia.
That's right. So these guys came, Bentley told you right where they came from. So we're going to start here. We're going to start taking this down, and we're going to start looking for babies, and we're going to see what happens here. Here, come along with us. All right, so we got all the rocks and stuff pulled out of here, and it looks like this was a complete bust. I don't see a single baby in here. The setup here was designed, I mean, obviously, like I was saying, these guys, they like these little rocks like this that are real smooth. And it's funny because while we were cleaning this tank out, my wife was like, do these fish even swim? I was like, well, they do, but what they really do is they hover around and basically stay stuck to surfaces like this wherever they go. It's what makes them happy. But the way we set this up is we had a whole bunch of rocks, and we basically had it layered probably 3 or 4 inches thick. And when the females go through to lay their eggs, they fall down and the males come over and they basically fertilize the eggs. And although they don't intentionally try to eat their eggs, they're going to if there's laying on the bottom of the tank, because these guys, like we were talking, they stay stuck to the bottom of the tank. So the purpose behind this was to try to create a layer to where the eggs would fall down, they would be fertilized, and they wouldn't have any access to it. I know at one point in time it was working. I know I saw babies in this tank, and like I said, I hadn't seen them here in a couple of weeks, so we broke this thing down to see. And I'm going to say that a lot has got to do with my inability to be able to get down below the rocks. When I sit here and I look at all of the base, like the waste food that's sitting inside this tank that was trapped down up underneath these rocks, I'm going to say that's probably what got these babies. So we're going to try a couple of different ways to go through and do this. We'll try another setup. We'll probably run another video on it, show you what our setup is. If you've ever bred these, you got a way that works, share it with us. Tonight, I'm going to give them a temporary setup. I'm probably going to give them 2 small mounds of rocks to play with here. And if you come up with something, let me know. I'll try it. This last way that I did, I saw in a YouTube video. Didn't work for me. Worked for that guy, but who knows? So we're going to get this cleaned up, try to get these guys back to a little happier, healthier tank here. And we'll get them, like I said, a temporary setup tonight. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please let us know. We'll go through and we'll try to set up a different way to do this. But we appreciate you watching. You guys have been awesome. Our video here that Bentley did with us here on the Cory Cats apparently has taken off and done really, really well. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. We're trying to get it over 1,000 views. We're really, really just this close. We need a few more. Make our day, be a mile marker there for us. But tips, tricks, anything to help, please let us know. We'll share it with everybody else. But like us, share us, subscribe. Thanks again for watching Sanders Aquatics.